To StudyIQ IAS English. As you can see on the board, today's topic of discussion is Lord Dalhousie. My friends, those who are new to the platform, let me tell you one thing. I have already covered ancient Indian history, medieval Indian history, and modern Indian history as a part of YouTube. But this is a part of classroom series. How do I go in quite depth and detail in the paid classes? So this is just a 10 to 20% version of this. Okay, so here in a gradual step-by-step manner, I'm going to explain you Lord Dalhousie and the events that took place during his time. Okay, or what were the important works that was done by Lord Dalhousie. You can also watch the previous videos wherein I have covered in quite depth and detail about the Portuguese, Dutch East India Company, English East India Company, French East India Company, Anglo-Carnatic Wars, Battle of Plassey, Third Battle of Panipat which took place in 1761, Battle of Buxar which took place in 1764, followed by Treaty of Allahabad, precisely during the time of Robert Clive. After that, I have taken different sessions on the land revenue system, that is Zamindari system, Rayatwari system and Mehelwari system. Important charter acts, Governor General such as Warren Hastings, Lord Cornwallis, Lord Wellesley and his subsidiary alliance system, Lord William Bentinck, who is also referred as the first Governor General of India. And today, in a gradual step-by-step manner, I am going to discuss about Lord Dalhousie, considered as the youngest Governor General. So my friends, it's a request to every one of you, please have a pen and paper along with you so that you can note down the important points. Okay, so here we are going to go in a gradual step-by-step manner for easier understanding of the concepts. Okay, my friends, now let's begin with the discussion of Lord Dalhousie. Lord Dalhousie, whose tenure was approximately from 1848 to 1856. His original name is James Andrew Ramsay. He is considered as the youngest Governor General and he became the Governor General at the very young age of 36. As soon as the word Dalhousie comes, the first thing that enters the mind of every aspirant or that comes up in the mind of every aspirant is a doctrine of lapse system. But let me also tell you about, apart from doctrine of lapse system, Lord Dalhousie is also credited with guarantee system, non-regulation system, creation of PWD, that is Public Works Department. It was created approximately around 1854. So let's understand about each and every aspect in depth and detail and gradual manner. So please stick in the video till the end for easier understanding of the concept. Okay, let's begin. Non-regulation system initiated by Lord Dalhousie. Now, what is a non-regulation system all about? Let's understand. We have seen previously in quite depth and detail that there are three major presidencies of English East India Company: Bombay Presidency, Madras Presidency, and Bengal Presidency. And all these presidencies have their respective governors. Like there's a separate governor for Bombay, separate for Madras, and separate for Bengal. But the governor of Bengal was being designated as Governor General of Bengal, in the coming years as Governor General of India. And the governors of Bombay and Madras were subordinated to Governor General of Bengal and Governor General of India in the coming years. Okay. Now, whatever territories that were being acquired, they were added precisely into these presidencies. Like for example, if a particular territory has been acquired in southern part of India, it would be added as a part of Madras Presidency. If a particular or a new territory has been acquired in central part of India, it would be added into specifically Bombay Presidency. But if any territory has been acquired in eastern part of India or the northern part of India, it would be added into Bengal Presidency. And with the passage of time, Bengal Presidency, it grew in size. So what happened? Dalhousie, he came up with the non-regulation system. Now, what is this system all about? For any newly acquired territory, a commissioner would be appointed. And in that case, this commissioner would be directly reporting to the Governor General and his council. And this system is referred as non-regulation system that came up during the time of Lord Dalhousie. Development of railways, it is said that majorly took place during the time of Lord Dalhousie. Correct? And here, guarantee system was initiated for the development of railways in India by Lord Dalhousie. My friends, we need to remember one thing. Whatever development that Britishers have made in India, it has benefited us later. Rather it be the education system, rather it be the development of the railways or the infrastructure. Because whatever development Britishers made initially, it was for their own personal interest. It was just for their own vested interest. They hardly cared about the Indians. Correct? So here, guarantee system that was introduced for development of railways, it was for the Britishers. Now, what is guarantee system all about? Let's understand this with the help of a small example. Suppose I'm an investor. Okay. Now, English East India Company will say me, you invest rupees 100 in Indian Railways for the next 20 years. And on annual basis, we will give you at least 5% interest rate. Minimum 5%. Okay. And that too for the next 20 years as well. So for example, I have invested 100 rupees for the next 20 years. So my principal amount here is rupees 100. Principal amount. Okay. So averagely, I would be getting at least 5% interest rate for the next 20 years. So it becomes how much? My interest is approximately around how much? 100 rupees. So what is the total amount? 200 rupees. So suppose as an investor, if I have invested 100 rupees into Indian Railways, okay, in that case, what will happen? I'll be getting back rupees 200. And this system is referred as guarantee system, which was being initiated by Lord Dalhousie. First thing, my friend, here I have mentioned that the first passenger railways came up during the time of Dalhousie. Okay, development of railway started way back around 1830s itself. Like for the first time, it was proposed in 1832. Around 1837, specifically for transportation of granite in the region of Red Hills. What happened? There was construction of railways. Prior to this, there was development of Peninsular Indian Railway Company and East India Railway Company. Apart from this, around 1845, Sir Arthur Cotton, what happened? He had developed the railways in the region of Rajmundry for carrying the stones for development of a dam in this region. So development of railways, it not only started from the time of Dalhousie, it has a way back history about it. Clear? Development of passenger railway, of course, took place during his time. How? For the first time, passenger railway started during the time of Lord Dalhousie. And the train actually started from Boribandar to Thane, which covered approximately 34 to 35 kilometers. It had 3 locomotives, Sindh, Sultan and Sahib, and 14 carriages with a passenger carrying capacity of approximately 400 passengers. So it won't be wrong to say that the development of passenger railway started during the time of Dalhousie. But the development of railways actually started previous to Dalhousie as well. Hope the point is clear, my friends. So guarantee system is all about the development of railways. Now coming to the main point about the doctrine of lapse system. Now before I talk about the doctrine of lapse system, okay, let's understand about, like we have discussed in quite depth and detail about the subsidiary alliance system and so on. the security cell policy and the ring fence policy, everything. So what was subsidiary alliance system all about? Let me give you a small example of Lord Wellesley. Now, I am a ruler. Okay. I not only have animosity or dangers from English East India Company, I also have animosity or dangers from my neighboring rulers. So in that case, I am forced to sign a subsidiary alliance system with the Britishers, wherein the Britishers would be referred as the paramount power and I would be referred as a protected state. We have seen this in quite depth and detail. Okay. Why? Because Britishers would be providing me the protection. I have to pay for their army. I have to pay for their expenses. In fact, as a part of subsidiary alliance system, I as a ruler am completely surrendering my sovereignty because I cannot enter into any kind of treaty with any other European power without the permission of the company. There would be a permanent British resident in my court and I have to pay for him. Army would be stationed in my territory. I have to bear the expenses for that. I am just free to take care of my internal administration. That's it. So it is nothing but surrendering one's sovereignty. Doctrine of lapse. In very simple words, it is a direct pro-imperialistic approach adopted by English East India Company, precisely Dalhousie. How? As per doctrine of lapse system, any ruler who does not have a legal male heir, his territory would be annexed by the Britishers. Adopted child won't be considered as a legal male heir. Hundreds of kingdoms were being annexed on the pretext of doctrine of lapse by Lord Dalhousie, such as Satara 1848, Jaipur 1849, Sambalpur, Odisha 1849, Jhansi 1853, Nagpur 1854 and so on. Let me give you a short example of Jhansi. Every one of you know about Maharani Lakshmi Bai. Lakshmi Bai's original name was Manikarnika and she was born to Moropanta Tambe and Bhagirathi Bai at a place called as Varanasi in UP. Her original name was Manikarnika. It is said that her father, he was working for the Peshwa Bajirao II in Kanpur. And she moved along with her father in the region of Kanpur after the death of her mother. She was expert in archery, horse riding, fencing, shooting and so on. Pawan, Badal and Sarangi were the name of the horses of Lakshmi Bai ji. Approximately at the age of 14 or 15 years, she was married to Maharaja of Jhansi, Gangadhar Rao. And after some time, Lakshmi Bai or Manikarnika ji, she was blessed with a child whose name was Damodar Rao. But unfortunately, 3 to 4 months later, Damodar Rao passed away. Now Gangadhar Rao and Rani Lakshmi Bai decided to adopt Gangadhar Rao's son, Anand Rao, and rename him as Damodar Rao. So his cousin's son was being adopted and renamed as Damodar Rao. After some time, Maharaj of Jhansi, Gangadhar Rao, passed away. And at that time, Lord Dalhousie was the Governor General. What is doctrine of lapse policy? Adopted child won't be considered as a legal male heir. And here, Damodar Rao was an adopted child of Maharani Lakshmi Bai ji. And every one of us know about the role of Maharani Lakshmi Bai and Jhalkari Bai in the revolt of 1857. So this was about the, doctrine of lapse system of Dalhousie. First telegraph line, Calcutta to Agra, approximately 700 to 900 miles. Started during the time of Dalhousie. Gurkha regiment came up during the time of Lord Dalhousie. Shimla became the summer capital of India during the time of Dalhousie. At that time, the capital of India was Calcutta and Shimla became the summer capital of India. Now, let me ask you one question, guys. Please answer this in the comment section. Till 1911, the capital of India was Calcutta. After 1911, the capital of India was shifted from Calcutta to Delhi. Shimla was a summer capital. Answer in the comment section. Which place is called as the capital of India for one day? Or what was the capital of British India for one day? Okay. The capital, answer in the comment section. It was made capital on 1st November 1858 for one day. Answer that in the comment section. Okay. So Shimla, and there's a beautiful story, like you might have heard about Colonel Barogue. Okay. Like for example, if you go from Kalka to Shimla, there is a place called as Baroque Tunnel, and many of them say that it's a haunted tunnel. God knows about this. But it is said that tunnel number 33 or Baroque Tunnel, it's referred as a haunted tunnel, and it was being constructed by a British engineer. He actually tried to construct this, but he was not successful in constructing the tunnel that would connect the region of what we say Kalka to Shimla. Later it was being completed by some other engineer. But Colonel Barogue made an effort to construct the tunnel or railways around this region. Hence, as soon as the name Shimla comes, another name that strikes my mind is Colonel Barogue. You can Google it, tunnel number 33 and so on. Okay. Apart from this, artillery headquarters was precisely shifted from Calcutta to Meerut during the time of whom? During the time of Dalhousie. Can you imagine the things in a step-by-step manner? Artillery headquarters shifted from Calcutta to Meerut. The tenure of Dalhousie is from 1848 to 56. And immediately after that, in 1857, there was revolt of 1857. Why? Because in the region of Meerut, a rifle was being introduced referred as Queen's Enfield rifle, which had a cartridge that needs to be bitten off by teeth. And many of them believe that the cartridge was made up of a coating of a cow, what we say cow meat and a pig fat. Okay. Public Works Department was being initiated by Lord Dalhousie for construction of railways, bridges, roads, irrigation facilities, and so on. First Education Commission, also referred as Sir Charles Wood's dispatch, came up during the time of Dalhousie. Initially, Britishers were not at all interested in educating the Indians. Why? It becomes quite easier to rule over the people who are illiterate. But with the passage of time, they wanted Indians at the lower ranks so that they can interact with the people at the grassroots level. So the process was being initiated by Warren Hastings. And Warren Hastings constructed a madrasa called as Madrasa Alia or Calcutta Madrasa. Sir Jonathan Duncan, he constructed Sanskrit College. Later on, there came a Charter Act 1813. And as per Charter Act 1813, English East India Company will spend every year rupees 1 lakh for the purpose of educating Indians. Every year. True? Now, moving ahead, it is said that there comes a controversy, Anglicist-Orientalist controversy. Now, how to educate the Indians? Few of them, such as C.B. Saunders, W.W. Bird, they believe that compulsorily we need to educate Indians in the English language. Why? Because in their belief, we want Indians by blood and color of their skin, but by their manners, morals, and etiquettes, they should be complete Englishmen. On the other hand, specifically, the Orientalists, they believe that initially we should educate Indians in their mother tongue or vernacular language, and the higher education should be provided in English. Correct? Specifically, the Anglicists, they believed in something called as downward filtration theory. As per this theory, it is not necessary to educate every Indian. We will just educate the higher echelon of the society, the elite section of the society, and that's it. Okay. So finally, it is said that Sir Charles Wood, also referred as Wood's Dispatch, which is also said or referred as Magna Carta of English Education in India. It came up during the time of Lord Dalhousie. The modern postal system was being laid down by Lord Dalhousie. So these are the major events, these are the major things that we need to remember about Lord Dalhousie. We'll repeat again within next 30 seconds Pay attention carefully. He is considered as the youngest Governor General. His original name is James Andrew Ramsay. He became the Governor General at the age of 36. He started the non-regulation system wherein a commissioner would be appointed for a newly acquired territory who would be directly reporting to the Governor General in Council. For the development of railways, Dalhousie started the guarantee system. He came up with Doctrine of Lapse system. The Doctrine of Lapse system, it specifies one thing, that if a ruler does not have a legal male heir, his property would be annexed by the Britishers. Adopted child won't be considered as a legal male heir. Hundreds of kingdoms were being annexed on the pretext of Doctrine of Lapse. One more additional point. As a part of this policy, the region of Awadh was being the last to annex. Okay, although the ruler of Awadh, he had a legal male heir, but still it was annexed on the pretext of maladministration and misrule. Okay. During the time of Lord Dalhousie, the first passenger railway came up. And it was from Bori Bandar to Thane, which covered approximately 34 to 35 kilometers. It had 3 locomotives, Sindh, Sultan and Sahib. 14, carriages with 400 passengers carrying capacity. First telegraph line, Calcutta to Agra, approximately 700 to 900 miles. Gurkha Regiment. Shimla became the summer capital of India. Artillery headquarters was shifted from Calcutta to Meerut. Public Works Department was being initiated by Lord Dalhousie. And the first Education Commission, also referred as Sir Charles Wood's dispatch, came up during the time of Dalhousie. So my friends, these were the important aspects that we need to remember about Dalhousie. Separate battles such as Anglo-Afghan wars, Anglo-Burma wars, Anglo-Maratha war, Anglo-Mysore war. I would be covering these battles, these wars in quite depth and detail in the further coming sessions. Hope Dalhousie is clear. Please answer in the comment section about the question that I've asked, my friends. Okay, the capital of India for one day during the time of the Britishers or English East India Company, precisely on 1st November 1858. Okay. The FastTrack batch, specifically the FastTrack batch, the batches are available in English, Hindi and English. And there is a separate batch for English medium which will cater to the need of the aspirants from Southern India and Northeast India. Now, why this batch is a FastTrack batch? Because this is a batch for 2026 and approximately 8 to 9 months are left for your prelims examination. So here the things needs to be covered in a fast-track manner. So as a part of this batch, there would be more emphasis on the aspects of prelims in comparison to the mains. Okay? The batches are starting at a very affordable price of 7,999. I repeat, 7,999. And to get the benefits of these batches, use the code Alok Live that is flashing on your screen. I repeat the code Alok Live. And apart from this, specifically the batches are starting on 25th of October 2025. Any aspirant having any kind of a question, any kind of a query, they can fill up the form whose link is given in the description section. Okay, my friends. So with this, I'll stop my words for the day. See you guys. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.